So I get to make this introduction. I asked for it. All right, where do I start? Growing up, I think this is actually the perfect song to come from that. I always felt like an outcast. I know a lot of people within our industry often felt that way, or if you're dealing with sexuality issues, but I always felt like an outcast in my life. And when I was 14 years old, my parents sent me to a performing arts camp called Stage Door Manor. And the first day I got on the bus, and I was still nervous. I was like, I hope no one finds out that I like musical theater, even though it's a musical theater camp. And I was scared that someone was going to throw me into a locker or something. And I didn't want anyone to know that I was listening to Godspell on my tape recorder. I was really nervous. I was like, what do I say? Guns N' Roses, Warrant, I don't know. What do I tell people? And so the counselor halfway through the trip, as we're going to Loch Sheldrake, said, what are you listening to? And I was like, oh, I literally wanted to see Guns N' Roses. I was like, Godspell. And then I literally, my face flushed, and I was like, oh my God, they're gonna laugh at me and know I'm gay. And I didn't even know I was really gay at that time, but I did. Sorry, Mom. And I thought I was the Little Mermaid in my pool outside. Trust me. So I started hyperventilating, and I was like, oh no, please don't tell anyone. And he said, 1, 2, 3, and then everyone started singing Godspell from the top on the bus. And I felt accepted for the first time in my life. And as humorous as that is, it really was that moment where I felt like I had found my home in a way. And this composer helped me find that home. Everything that he touches, all of his songs really resonate with me. I am such a huge fan of him as a writer, but when you get to this industry, you often find that a lot of people that you immortalize in your head don't actually live up to the expectation of what you want them to be. We've all worked with people that, we've been so excited to work with, and then you go, why the fuck did I work with that person? They just ruined my life. This man is one of the most gracious men I've ever met. He is such an incredible supporter of new writers, which is so rare even for writers to support other writers is rare, but for an established writer such as himself to support and know what's happening within our industry. I mean, the first time that we had lunch, he was racking off names to use for Monday Night's New Voices of all these incredible new talent that I never even heard of, composing-wise. And it's a lesson for me and for everyone else to sort of live by. It's the kind of person that you want to be, when you reach that status in your career. You want to be him. You do. I mean, you want to be him. I want to win Oscars as well. Fuck the Tonys. I don't need a Tony. We're good, right? We want to win the Oscars and the Grammys. And but he honestly is one of the greatest musicians. And when he was sitting here playing while they were doing their sound check, there's one of my favorite songs of all time. It's called Meadowlark that he wrote. And I used to, back in the day, Liz Calloway had an album and she put Meadowlark on that. Yeah, incredible. And I literally would sit there in my room just bawling my eyes out and on repeat that song. I didn't understand it at the time, but you have to get a little bit more mature to understand what that kind of love is. But he is just, I feel so honored to know you. We're neighbors, and our dogs are going to be best friends. And his dog is Happy John, so it's perfect. But I want to welcome to the stage, and I'm sure we're going to give him the hugest round of applause, the incomparable Stephen Schwartz.
Thanks. This is not from Godspell. This is not Meadowlark. To be continued.
gonna show you a rhyme. Cats fit on the windowsill, children fit in the snow. Why do I feel I don't fit in anywhere I go? Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. Every man has his daydream, every man has his goal. People like the way dreams have of sticking to the soul. Thunderclouds have the lightning, nightingales have their song. But don't you see, I want my life to be something more than long. Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. So many folks seem destined to settle for something small, but I won't rest until I know I'll have it all. So don't ask where I'm going, just listen when I am gone. And far away you'll hear me singing softly to the dawn. Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. Thank you. Yay.
Oh, it's such an honor for me to play with you, Stephen. Thank you so much.